Welcome to the FVS Giving Day game, the FVS Journey, a legacy of learning. I'm your host, Chuck Green. This year, we're celebrating the journey of endless possibilities by bringing together two generations of Fountain Valley School alumni from the Walsh family. With us today, we have mother-daughter duo, Danielle from the class of 1985, and Kiira from the class of 2014. They may have attended FVS nearly 3 decades apart, but don't let that fool you. Today, we are testing their knowledge of one another, all the while celebrating their unique journeys at Fountain Valley School. Before we get started, a reminder to our viewers that the FVS 2025 Giving Day is on April 29th. If you have not done so already, there's still time to show your support for FVS and these two lovely ladies by participating in our Which Walsh Will Win challenge and casting your vote for either Team Kiira or Team Danielle by making a gift now at fvs.edu/give. Okay, now, here's how today's game show works. Contestants were asked to respond to a brief survey about themselves prior to our show. We'll begin by asking Danielle a question or two about Kiira, and we'll then return the favor. If either mom or daughter correctly matches the other's answer, they will receive a point. In the end, the person with the highest score will win. Danielle, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Kiira, are you ready?
Born ready.
Let the journey down memory lane begin. Danielle, what would Kiira say her proudest accomplishment was during her time at FVS?
Her proudest accomplishment. I think just the journey of making it through 4 years when you start at age, how old were you? 14 years old? I think that is an accomplishment that she should be proud of. I think the rigor and what she learned along the way was a huge accomplishment for her.
Kiira?
Swim team captain. I should have known that.
And also all of that.
Thanks, Kiira.
Kiira, if asked by her peers, what would your mom's senior superlative have been? Most likely to succeed, class clown, most athletic, or best dressed?
Well, I think that you're the best dressed, but you're also the funniest and you're most likely to succeed. How do I even choose?
It is hard. But you can come up with one.
Okay, well, I think that you are most likely to succeed.
Ooh,
Yeah.
thank you. But I was very, very, very fond of dressing nicely, so I'm going to say best dressed.
Okay.
But thanks.
That was what I was going to say next.
All right. Danielle, while visiting the mountain campus, would Kiira choose to sleep outdoors on the deck or inside on a bunk?
I think she would like to sleep inside on a bunk. Yes!
Of course.
Fantastic.
I think I was always the type of person who wanted to be the person who sleeps outside on the deck, but no, inside.
Yeah, there's wild animals.
Yeah. And it's cold.
All right, Kiira, where did your mom go on her senior interim expedition?
She went to the Green River.
They did.
Yeah.
Green River,
Iconic.
rite of passage. It was really fun.
Fantastic. The game is tied at 1 apiece. Danielle, who was Kiira's favorite teacher throughout her time at FVS?
She had a lot of great teachers, but her favorite, I think, was probably one of the teachers who really made her think critically and look at life a little bit differently. So I'm going to say Jake Emery. Mr. Emery.
Mr. Emery it is. Kiira, what dorm did your mom live in?
Sage.
Sage.
The room with the balcony.
Oh yeah, I had the room with the balcony right at the end.
Very cool.
Yep.
Well, everybody, it looks like we're tied 2-2. We'll be right back after a commercial break from our sponsors.
Want to knock our socks off this Giving Day? Donate between April 1st and 28th, and you could win a pair of Dane's socks perfect for every occasion. Have we got your attention? Good! The campaign kickoff prize is the first of several opportunities to snag some FVS swag while donating to your favorite school this giving day. To learn more about our $200,000 goal, head on over to fvs.edu/give. And remember to donate between April 1st and 28th for the chance to get your paws on some of these Dane socks.
Welcome back to the FVS Giving Day game, the FVS Journey, a legacy of learning. It's time to dive back into the fun and see which Walsh will win our Legacy of Learning challenge. Let's jump back into the questions. Danielle, what's one thing Kiira would never leave her dorm room without?
Well, you know, when I was here, we didn't have cell phones, and when Kiira was here, they did, so I'm going to say her cell phone.
I think that answer is correct, and also my roommate Megan. We were
That is
attached.
so totally true. They were attached to the hip.
Kiira, what was your mom's favorite FVS tradition?
Well, my mom was here at the inception of Snow, so I know that that was a super fun and special thing to be a part of. So, yeah, I'm gonna say Snow. Snow.
Snow and Prom at the Broadmoor.
Danielle, if Kiira could rename our mascot from Duke the Dane to something else, what would she change it to?
Well, we have maybe the most spoiled dog in the world, so I'm going to say Welly, Wellington?
Scooby-Doo. Because
Scooby-Doo.
that is the nickname of Duke the Dane. However, Welly is a really good guess.
Kiira, if FVS had a time capsule in 1985, what would your mom have put into it?
Sorry, I think I need to think for a second. What did you have in 1985?
Payphones.
Oh, I was thinking like film point and shoot camera with an undeveloped roll of film that you
Ooh.
could look back at and develop.
And like one of the 28 would come out back when we had film.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see what I said.
Walkman, photos, pottery pieces, that's a good one. Report card and a roll of quarters for the
For the
laundry.
payphone and the laundry.
Yeah, for the payphone. That's a great answer.
I gave you a lot of choices.
That you made it easy for me.
The score is now 4-2 Kiira.
So is this double or nothing?
We will make this double or nothing. And finally, Danielle, how many FVS alumni would you say Kiira still considers her closest friends to date?
Oh boy. I mean, define closest. I think with social media now, a lot of them stay in touch and kind of know what's going on in each other's lives. But I would say she probably has, I would say 5 dear friends that she stays in touch with and sometimes travels with, and we are lucky enough to get visits from. So I'm going to say 5.
Kiira?
I said I can't count that high, only because for that exact reason, social media, and one of the coolest things about coming to Fountain Valley is the opportunity to befriend people from all over the world and the spirit of travel that you leave with, and I've been able to visit with a lot of people since graduating. So, and I'm so lucky that many of us live locally, so I get to see them on a regular basis. But
That's a good answer.
That's a lovely answer. And finally, Kiira, if your mom could give to one FVS program, what would it be?
Well, I know that ceramics and the art barn were a really special place for you, so probably the arts. And they're important to Bryce and I, so the arts.
Interim.
That's a good one.
I think that interim creates a subculture of friendships on campus, and to have an opportunity to travel and and do things that you wouldn't be able to do, say, on a family vacation with your students and your friends on campus, just makes for a really close and inclusive environment. So I would like to see every student be able to go to every interim that they want to.
A big congratulations to Team Kiira on winning today's game 4-2. On behalf of both of our contestants, we appreciate all who stepped up to show their support for Danielle and Kiira. To thank them both for being such great sports, we are delighted to offer the Walshes a family portrait session on campus with a talented member of our communications staff. On FVS Giving Day, the house always wins. If you've not done so already, please join us now through April 29th, 2025, as we look to raise $200,000 towards this year's Giving Day goal. That's all for today, folks. Until next time, here's to the journey of endless possibilities.